Uni is, I think, it's a mixture of things. There's, of course, the great memories that you build, whether it's with friends, whether it's sort of things you've done, accomplishments you've made, or maybe just discovering yourself a bit more. But obviously, there's also sort of the bad, the rough, the ugly, the academics. It goes down. There's there's a lot that goes on in university. But I think it's a great time to start building yourself and to just start having a better solid understanding of who you are as a person, building up your skills and your readiness to sort of go into the world of work and thrive there and really just reach the heights that you see for yourself, and maybe even further as well. And I think the best thing you can do for yourself in university is sort of use this period of time to the best of your abilities to sort of build that foundation for yourself and to better discover yourself, of course performing academically. But I think there's so much more that goes into sort of having a fantastic university experience, more so that just sets you up for the rest of your life. And today I just wanted to give you guys a few tips and tricks on how you guys can make the most of your university experience and really just capitalize and set yourself up to reach those heights. So something that a lot of people don't actually do, and I'm very grateful that I did it very early on in my journey. I think it's what really set me up to be where I am today, is taking risks, just taking that sort of leap forward and just getting out of your comfort zone and doing something. I think that is, guys, it's so important, and especially now while we're so young. I think a lot of us forget how young we actually are, and we're so infant in terms of the rest of our lives, because we literally have the rest of our lives to look forward to, and we have minimal obligations. We literally have nothing to lose. So if there's ever been a time for you to sort of take those risks and just jump in to something uncertain for the sake of maybe experimenting, seeing if it's for you, and potentially building on that, that time is now, guys. That time is literally now. And it's something that I did back in my university days, something that I'll always be grateful for, because of course the focus in university usually sort of is academics. We sort of focus more on the academic, the degree, the qualification, getting that done, which obviously is very important because that's what you came here for. But I think another sort of important aspect of university is that journey of self-discovery, is sort of finding yourself, is improving on yourself, bettering yourself, and just giving yourself that sort of foundation for the rest of your life. And yeah, guys, I really encourage you guys, please, from this moment on, just go out, take risks. When we getting into this year and for the rest of the year, just have that mindset of not fearing failure, because I think a lot of us don't take risks because of maybe the negative impression that we think people will get. Maybe if you get involved in student leadership, what if you don't actually get the position? What if you sort of falter? What if you feel like people will laugh at you or they'll look at you different? And I have two responses to that. I mean, first off, fun fact, people don't care about you. People intrinsically don't really care about you, because the most important person usually in people's lives is literally themselves. You're just a sort of another character within their life, and that's very important to understand, is that no one really cares about you. No one really cares what you do. No one's perception of you will change. Even if it does, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I think what matters more is sort of how you see yourself and you experiencing that growth, that development, and basically just becoming a better person every single day. That's what's more relevant. That's what's more important. So forget about what you feel people think about you. And I think my second point here is, it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's really not, because I think a lot of the time we imagine scenarios and we sort of make them real in our minds to the point where it limits our sort of behaviors and the things we do because of this sort of mental image we've created. And so often that mental image is incorrect. I mean, it's maybe a portrayal of what we think is going to happen, but that never happens. So I think try and get these negative mental images out of your mind, in terms of, if I go out and try out for the soccer team, or if I go out and now, maybe go to the debate team or the chess team or whatever, that I'll fail or I'll be laughed at. Let go of those images, because those images aren't real. And the best thing you can do for yourself is actually doing the thing, actually just going out, trying it out, seeing what happens. And when I say you have nothing to lose, if it's not for you, then you've learned that that's not for you. If maybe you fail, maybe you learn certain things of, next time I should do this, or maybe this is not really for me, I didn't enjoy this, or but if it goes well, that's a bonus, because literally you found something that's for you. And maybe you made university leadership and you enjoy a certain aspect of it, which now when you go searching for jobs or when you go looking for employment, you have that understanding of yourself. Or maybe you build yourself to be a very good communicator or public speaker, which will once again benefit you in the world of work. So you literally have nothing to lose in taking risks. I really encourage you guys all, just be brazen, be brave, and just take that step for yourself, because the future you will definitely thank you. Guess what? You'll never believe it. But I made a second channel. Yes, guys, I made a second channel just chatting all things sort of self-development, and I think helping you on your journey. And I think it's more general content, but specifically is going to help you a lot outside university, into the rest of your life. I just thought, I've provided so much content here in varsity, but there's so much more things. I think the journey is so long. So yes, guys, leave a subscription for my second channel as well. Do check out some of the videos there. Very high quality, my standard. And yeah, let's continue with the video. Now, next up, something that another thing I really think is super important. Of course, we're building ourselves in university so that we can sort of go into the world of work and provide whatever company, or if you go into entrepreneurship, provide other people's lives with as much value as possible. And I think the best way to make yourself more employable and to make yourself sort of more sought after by companies is building up skills, building up your skill set, building up the things that you're good at. That's imperative. That's so important, because the more skills you have, the more abilities you have, the more confidence in a certain area that you have, the more attractive you're going to be to employers. And I think as well, just for yourself, the sort of better you equip yourself to make the most of your life and really just reach, the heights that you see for yourself. And I'll use an example here. I'll use myself. But in terms of editing, in terms of video making and all that stuff, I had no experience in that before I started university. And literally my degree was accounting science, so it was completely away from media and all that stuff. And I just thought, since I love being in front of a camera so much, since I've sort of found that love for speaking through my experience in university leadership, because I took risks, but because I found that and now this is what I want to do, I thought, let me learn how to edit, let me learn how to video make, let me learn about media, let me learn about sound editing as well. Just get that understanding for myself so that I can sort of dictate which sort of trajectory or where my life goes, basically. So I think it was important for me to learn the skill of editing and the skill of sort of media and all that stuff, video making, just for myself, so that I could better control. Now I have an understanding that this is an area that I actually really enjoy, and I'm going to continue doing this for a very, very big part of my life. And that was made possible in me just learning the skill set for myself. And even within university leadership, my ability to speak in public and my sort of confidence to speak to people has helped me so much in the workplace. And that's another skill that I developed consistently throughout university and my leadership experience. So there's some skills that you're not going to get from your degree. And of course, I understand if you're putting majority of your attention to your degree. That's what's needed, because obviously you're there to get a degree. That's, I think, one of the most important things you're there for, and you should never forget that. But I think don't forget yourself as well in the journey. I think in order to really make the most of university, you really have to maximize and push yourself out of your comfort zone, and be comfortable in being uncomfortable. I think that's something that when I learned that, the comfortability of being uncomfortable, I found situations that were uncomfortable less frequently, because I got so used to just putting myself in really rough, uncomfortable situations. And lastly, I think the best way for you to really just make the most of your university experience is see it as a journey of self-discovery, and see it as a journey of constant improvement. Shifting your mindset and moving it from, because I think when we see ourselves as complete. We see ourselves as, this is who I am. This is the fixed image of the person that I am, and this is it. But I think when you adopt that sort of fixed mindset of seeing yourself as a product that cannot be developed, is very hurtful and very harmful, because it destroys your prospects at improving, at getting better, and of course just reaching those sort of higher heights. So I think just shifting that perspective and seeing this as a journey of growth, development, and constant improvement will offload a lot of the weight. Because even, I think, let me tie it into academics. I think academically, a lot of us get shocked when we're failing, or when results are not going our way, or we were expecting 60, now we get 22, and then because of that result, now we view ourselves as a failure. A lot of us struggle with that because of that fixed mindset that we have, in that these are my abilities, and because now I wasn't able to do well on my test with all the abilities I have, and these abilities are fixed, I can't do well in my qualification, I can't do well in my degree. And that's what that fixed mindset does to you. But if you just have that mindset of constant development, you know that when you get that 22%, okay, cool, that's my mark now, but I can improve, I can develop. Now it's time for me to, let's see what I can do, because this is not a journey. I don't have the image of a fixed me. I understand that this is a journey, and I need to get better day in, day out, and this mark doesn't necessarily define how I'm going to do a year from now, 2 years from now, 6 months from now, whatever. So that mindset, having that just in academics, is going to make your academic journey a lot easier, a lot more bearable, and frankly, you are going to do better academically, because a lot of the high achievers, you sort of find areas for improvement. How can they improve? How can they get better? How can they grow? How can they develop? And once you start doing that for yourself, once you start applying that, and yes, obviously academics, it's going to work, but in every other area as well, whether it's physical fitness, whether it's emotional, mental, spiritual, any area of your life, if you apply this mindset, you will see the difference for yourself. And this is a mindset that I literally apply. I'll use even my fitness journey, just going to the gym. It's not been perfect. There have been a lot of times where I feel like I'm not making progress. A lot of times where I feel like I'm hitting a plateau, I'm not improving anymore. But I think I've always just focused on, how can I be better? How can I do this better? As opposed to maybe, looking at my results and maybe seeing that I'm not, improving physically or how I look and stuff. But I rather focus on the input and improving on that, and improving on how I can better gym, how I can better eat, how I can better do this. And over time, the results come. So the results will always be there over time, but it's just about, how can I keep myself consistently on this journey long enough for me to see those results in myself? And I really want you guys to just adopt this mindset, because if you can, it's going to make a world of difference. I know it completely changed my life for the better, but I know it's going to do the same for you guys as well. So I really hope you guys take this and the other things I shared as well and apply them in your life consistently, and just believe in the process. Trust in the process, guys. Things will come together in the end. This is something that I've deeply believed and I've seen for myself. So yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope this provided a bit of value. I thought whilst we are here at the beginning of the year, let me already just touch on this so that maybe you can just enter the new academic year with that improved mindset. But yeah, it's been me, Sifiso Mkhize, here with another episode. Hope you've enjoyed, hope you found some value. If you have, as always, just leave a like down there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't as well. And until the next one, let's continue on our journey in creating a better world.